Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Only Murders in the Building, Season 3, Episode 1, The Show Must... ... I'm so excited this show is back. I am ready for this season. This murder does not appear to have happened in the building, but also it looked like it was poisoned, so you may well have been poisoned in the building. Maybe everyone's currently living in the building. Regardless, very excited for another season of this show. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions to this show on my Patreon, and let's go! This before. I'm imagining this season's going to have lots of flashbacks to the time we skipped.
All the blah blah blah.
Did not think it would be this far back.
But what if those magic words never come?
That is unfortunately
rejection.
the fate of most people that want to be actors. It doesn't mean they're not talented.
Am I a substitute for the child's true
Is this
mother?
the same school where she fell in love with... Same school, Jesus Christ.
Prefer I
Same
say
theatre
no,
where she
but
fell in
I
love with it?
believe.
The same spot she once was overwhelmed by and watched someone.
Where have you been?
Is that a dream, or is that what actually he said?
But when you, how far would you go to hang on to it?
Oh,
Gotta figure out the lay of the land, who the suspects are.
The opening night party I planned, where we'll just sort all this out.
I really don't think people are in a party mood right now.
Just
Yeah.
do it.
Like,
Howard.
say we're gonna
Do
come
it.
for the party, it's not gonna be a party.
Hey, buddy. I know you're nervous. I know your last Broadway show was a disaster.
This is not the
Everyone knows
talk he
that.
needs right now.
Fast forward, going to be in the same room as Ben Glenroy. Hair up or hair down? Do you think he likes ears?
Mabel, actors are
No peacocking. Oliver Putnam in the house.
Also, the table read was happening in the building.
Who wants?
Loads of people from the building are taking part as well, like in the wider
When
thing.
I auditioned,
my son, Cliff, who is making his first solo producing effort here, but with me.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you.
And that show business elephant is me.
Oh dear Lord.
Yes, I played Aristotle Brazos in 224 episodes of dramatic
Oh,
television.
this, he's...
Stop.
I can't.
I also starred in 3 made-for-TV movies. And
Charles.
also a series of TV ads for the
This isn't the way to do this.
All this is to say,
Okay, secret? I
Oh,
think theater is kind of lame. Someone would ever say.
Mabel.
And every murder mystery needs a victim.
Okay. Okay.
who farted?
Oh, he's so funny and charming.
Oh, if
It's
you
also
would just please
smarmy.
sign these NDA. Documentarian, Tobbert. You heard that right.
It's Robert with a T. Hey, Broadway, I am just an observer. This is literally the last time you're going to hear my voice.
Well, my friends are just beside themselves that I'm going to get to work with the Cobra.
Oh God, no, please, just Cobra.
Sorry?
Yeah, no, the makes me sound like an asshole.
Hi. I loved you in Girl Cop.
Oh, that old thing. All right, well.
This show is
that's
so
exciting.
silly and I love
Take
it.
our seats and start the. Thanks for the tip on Amy Schumer's place. Just moved in.
Oh.
Tell her she left
Murder
her cottage cheese
in the building.
God, even the name is sexy.
I'll take him.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Lead him.
Someone poisoned the cookies
Let's read.
on the opening night,
So, this
knowing
is
he
kind
couldn't
of
resist.
exciting. Shall we begin, KT?
From the top, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you page 1.
I wasn't ready.
Genuinely, one of my absolute dreams. I love the idea of read-throughs. Like, anytime there's a behind-the-scenes footage of an actual read-through from a show I love, oh, I love it.
Don't test it not for opening in the rocks.
nanny emerging from the
You
shelter.
didn't audition with the accent.
scamming. Don't see his night for
Just do your own accent.
Maybe try it slightly more how you talk.
Like you auditioned when you blew him away.
This is Stinkeroony. I say give her the bootay before we get too far down the
Ooh,
road.
is that why she killed him?
Loretta is very special.
She's this episode's
Let me talk
candidate.
to her. You go, I go. Oh, Oliver, gosh. You go, I go.
A week later, you're fired.
Okay?
She said she'll try to make the party.
Are you sure party is a
Exactly, we shouldn't be calling it the gathering.
No, spit it out.
Be a little room next to the despair.
Party sounds nice. The elevator's out.
Got them
Ooh.
working overtime on it. Should be up and running soon. Listen, guys.
Is that linked to what's going on?
Ass. We need to see you had the consideration to keep the body out of the building this time.
You always know just what to say.
And a podcast about the poisoning of a big movie star, that could be big. Maybe I could spend more time with my guys again.
Me more than him, right?
I don't pick favorite olds.
That first play she fell in love with, musical. Her dream Broadway debut as the nanny, cancelled.
For making me feel lighter. If only for a minute. Oh, God.
Is he falling for the murderer this
I
time?
wanted tonight to...
Okay. Who farted? I'm alive.
How could you?
What the fuck?
Dead, dude. For like an hour? They said it was like a record in their hospital.
What the
Right,
fuck
Vicky?
is happening?
Didn't say anything like that.
So freaked out. The doctors were like, do not go anywhere. But I had to get back to see you guys.
Oh my god.
My shit that I pulled with all of you for these last few months. And I thought, I can't die like this.
He's still gonna die, right? Oh my god, he's gonna die in the building this time, right?
We are going to... There's no shot you can afford him, but I suppose I could give you his digits.
He has not changed a bit. And they're also
Jonathan.
scared of him.
Cobra knows a fellow snake when he sees one. If anyone here was happy that I was maybe dead, I bet it was you. Yeah, I know you don't have many more years left to...
Jesus
Right.
Christ. I'm sorry.
Counts.
Is he still gonna die?
Go somewhere quieter.
Oh, a clue.
I'm gonna go up.
We're all
But-
back on Broadway.
What happened? Was it... Did she fail in murdering him? It's very fancy. Not very homely.
You don't want to know about him.
Well, let me know if he makes more placemats. Just don't forget about me.
Exactly.
What's that mean?
She's feeling left out.
What you've done with this place.
Are they gonna find another body?
People were wondering where we'd been. It's kind of nice to be missed.
Yeah, it is. It is nice.
Oh my god, the
Those who
elevator
look
that was
beyond the
broken.
numbers.
Sort of nervous to take it. It's been just a gaping hole for how many hours now?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's one thing I know. Is that we're good at living on the edge.
They're about to find a body, right?
We couldn't have done the podcast anyway because Ben didn't die in the building.
That's what everyone's... Oh my god! Mm-hmm. The blood only just started dripping, so it's kind of fresh.
Gotta be fucking kidding me.
That was so good. I loved it after last season. It was like, well, he didn't die in the building. Maybe he was poisoned in the building. Oh, they did such a good job with that, with him turning up alive. But even made me wonder whether, like, Meryl Streep, Loretta was gonna die, because they showed so much of her backstory and her life in this episode, and then, like, it could have been a mystery of who killed her. But I love the fact that it was Ben after all. The phone call he got is definitely going to be important. And to bait is what happened when the elevator, like, shuddered and they all, like, looked at each other. Is that, did he get, like, thrown into the lift shaft? I'm not an American. It's a lift. Into the lift shaft and, like, hit it? Because the blood wasn't dripping. They didn't really hear a thud. But also the blood didn't start dripping. I suppose if it was slowly breaking the ceiling, then that could have happened as well. I guess we'll find out the nature of his death. Realistically, it's not like the last series. They're not going to be suspects in the same way. I'm sure that they will be suspects in the sense that they knew the victim, they were working with him, the play and everything. but at the same time, and like Charles even admitted at the party that he was happy he was dead, kind of. So they're not going to be suspects. But I also feel like last time, you know, Mabel didn't remember what happened and she was holding the murder, or the murder weapon was hers, and like it was a lot more kind of directly pointing at them. This time they'll be kind of suspects because they knew the guy rather than suspects because of any other reason. And does that have anything to do with why the lift was broken? Very, very good episode. I love seeing the like table read and sort of the awkward personalities. Charles is just so freaking awkward, isn't he? I'm glad he seems to have found love. I'm very interested about the fact that Ben thinks Loretta is a snake, and he's like, a snake recognizes a snake, because that was when he was trying to be like nice to everybody, even though the majority of things he said were not nice to pretty much everybody. He still said absolutely nothing vaguely nice to her, which makes me wonder what he saw underneath. Because to us, we see somebody who, you know, she's a struggling actress, she's aspired to it all her life, and she hasn't given up on the dream, even though it hasn't happened for all of these years. Like, she's seemingly had like little moments of success and whatever, and that is the sad truth of most people that want to be actors. There are so few roles for how many people there are that want the dream, and it doesn't mean you're not talented, it just means you didn't get lucky. And every single big star, however talented they are, also got lucky. So I'm interested to learn more about her. Did she do whatever caused, like, I also wonder whether whatever happened on stage, is that going to have been done by one person and the actual murder have been done by another person? Because, yeah, I feel like that definitely could be it. Maybe she poisoned him or did whatever happened to him on the stage, and then somebody else killed him. I don't know. The phone call he got is probably going to be relevant and important as well. Very intrigued about that. So yeah, we do have the mystery of the two different incidents and what happened between the two. Also, a lot happened in between the table read and the opening night, so we need to see what happens there. You know, with the initial thing, you'd assume it was just a publicity stunt, that like they faked his death so that then people would talk about it. Like, whatever it was, you would assume it was a publicity stunt. Although, even though they'd say, oh, he did go to the hospital, you'd be like, yeah, sure he did. But no, you know, he's now officially very dead. I'm so excited. I'm so glad to be back with these characters. It is very sad that Mabel is having to leave the Arconia. But she was only ever staying in her aunt's apartment to renovate it. It wasn't ever going to be a long-term thing, unfortunately. And they have such a weird friendship as it is, given the age differences. And like, even though Charles and Oliver are more of an age than they are with Mabel, obviously, and even in fairly similar professions, they weren't friends until recently. So like, these people were never going to be friends if not for the murders. It would be kind of funny if the murderer turns out to be a member of the a fan of the podcast who really wanted another season. But the idea of her moving away is very sad. Part of me was almost like, oh, are they going to offer her a room in their place? But then at the same time, it's that kind of weird because, like, it's not really private and having your own lives. I don't know. Regardless, I love this show. I'm very excited to see where it goes next. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.